I have 2 runs this week, both that you could class as long, because they're the longest that I've been up to since I've come back to training. In this video, we'll cover 5 essential elements that I include in my running-based training. First, we'll run through a quick recap of my training over this last week, so you have some context. Monday was scheduled for a 1 hour 40-minute run. It's zone 2. I ran on my local trails, mostly flat, nothing too technical. Based my intensity zone on pace and feel, and I finished with 16 kilometres in 1 hour 33, an average of 5:47 per kilometre, an average heart rate of 137 beats per minute. A little over 3 hours later, I performed some strength training, taking about 40 minutes. The main lifts included deadlifts, Nordic hamstring curls and push press, but more importantly, I mixed this training up with my son. Tuesday is an example of the limitations the rest of life impose on training. I had a 12.5-hour work shift that started at 6 a.m. and after work, the kids had their own sport, which meant I didn't have any time to train in after then. So I squeezed in 20 minutes, very easy running in zone 1. With more time available on Wednesday, I ran another 1 hour 40 minutes in zone 2. I took this run into the hills on much harder trails. Because of the terrain, I couldn't go by pace. Also, my legs aren't used to this type of running, so I used heart rate as a guide on intensity. But this second run, it's all about hills. So it's pretty much all up and down. And as you can see, I'm actually puffing and walking at the moment. Heart rate's just crept a little bit above what may be zone 2 for me. Right there used to be a bridge. You can see bits of it over there and over there. Looks like the recent floods have done a number. That duck down there, it's loving it. All right, change of route, here we go. We finished this run with 14 kilometres in 1 hour 42 minutes at 7:05 per kilometre at a heart rate average of 129 beats per minute. Thursday was an hour on the treadmill in zone 2. I ran this one just on feel. Straight after the run, it was time for another strength session. Another 40 minutes with the main lifts covering squats, pull-ups and calf raises. On Friday and Saturday, I had early starts at work again. And on both of these days, I ran 30 minutes, super easy before work in zone 1. So basically, active recovery. Finally on Sunday, I ran threshold intervals. This was 6 times 5 minutes at a speed just below my predicted anaerobic threshold, with 1 minute of walking recovery in between. On either side, I had a good 20 minutes to warm up and about 15 minutes cool down in the end there. So it was 7 runs for the week. 3 runs were classed as very easy or active recovery, 2 longer runs in zone 2, 1 medium distance run in zone 2 as well, 1 higher intensity run, for me that was around anaerobic threshold, and 2 strength training sessions. So the main element in my training week is zone 2 training. Somewhere around that first lactate threshold, some call the aerobic threshold. This is where the majority of my running volume comes from. I plan on gradually increasing the volume of this training over time. The second element is recovery. Clearly define the point of these recovery days as regeneration. So training will be either a day off or, as seen this week, very low intensity movement. Of course, there's more to recovery such as sleep, nutrition, and maybe some other elements. But just for this video, know it is as important as the rest of training. Third is strength training. I'm trying to ensure I keep regular strengthening in my training to the point that I may skip a run to make sure I get it in. Strength training will help reduce my injury risk, improve my hormone profile, and may even make me a little faster. Fourth element is higher intensity running. I consider it a necessity to include faster running if you want to race faster. However, I think most people put way too much emphasis on this very element. A little bit does go a long way. And the fifth and final element is that I take a holistic approach to the training. No part of training operates in isolation. There is a crossover between every training session, every aspect of recovery, and the rest of your lifestyle. I'm trying to remember to apply this to my own training, but it isn't always easy. But I have to remember that if I am still improving, then the training I'm doing is working. If you have any questions about any of the concepts or elements I've raised in this video, ask me down in the comments. If you think anything warrants a more in-depth video in itself, let me know. Now that's a decent mob of kangaroos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, oh, 25. I've counted 25? I'm sure I've missed a couple. Gee, I love where I live. Keep on running.